signed up to go to an open mic for the first time in my life have evolved over the past 36 hours since I impulsively signed up, going from somewhere closer to the, ooh, this is exciting and fun end of the spectrum, and ended up somewhere much closer to the, oh shit, what have I done, end of the spectrum. But I'm still gonna do it because fuck it, what's the worst that can happen? Actually, my friend Karen, who I kind of ditched to come to this, might be here to heckle me from the audience. Karen? No? Okay, good. I think I'm good. In terms of shenanigans that my unmedicated ADHD brain has pulled, I think this one takes the cake, putting me on a stage to spit some thoughts out into the universe when I have never in my life shown so much of an inkling of an interest in this type of thing. Maybe it's because of the novelty that my ADHD brain does these things, probably. Okay, here goes. Sweaty palms, check. Water bottle, check. Fire? I'm going to choose to interpret it as such in my belly. Check. Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to my public speaking debut. I've literally never heard my own voice through a mic before, so let's see how weird this is. And if I'll want to run screaming from the building afterwards to never return or not. I'm warning you, I wrote this on the fly in 20 minutes yesterday before breakfast, with a few additions since then, and a burst of ADHD creative inspiration and impulsivity, so it might be all over the place. And my brain refused to even let me practice this, never mind in front of a mirror, so it's going to be what it's going to be. And now I have the proclaimers in my head. Okay, I need to do an exercise. Everyone, I'm going to ask you to take 3 deep belly breaths with me. In for 3 seconds, out for 8. I'm not going to count out loud because I want to do the breathing for myself. I'll just put the mic near my face and hope you guys can hear me, okay? So. Okay, that helped. So I saw the post on Facebook about this open mic yesterday morning, and it felt right, so I said, okay, I guess I'm doing my first public speaking ever, but let's do this. I'm a first within a first, this being the first night this organization is hosting an open mic here. So I'm grateful that I get to be part of setting the tone or the energy for the space, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to speak publicly and for the people here today. This group is apparently for emerging young adults. I'm technically chronologically older than the suggested target population of this organization, but I'm definitely still emerging. I'm here to test out how I do with public speaking and share my intentions in life and things that I'm passionate about. And I always thought it might be fun to have a captive audience, as someone who likes to infodump sometimes. The name Grow Still really spoke to me. It has a dual meaning about embracing or increasing stillness and continuing growth, both of which I'm trying to do. I'm a very growth-minded person, although you couldn't tell by my height. My primary interests have been trauma healing and self-actualization for the past 5 and 10 years, respectively, and now I'm hearing about this interesting thing called enlightenment, which, according to Young Pueblo, am I pronouncing that right, is like a level above healing. My background is in the food industry, but in the last few years I've become interested in coaching and mentoring neurodivergent people since I am one myself, as well as educating the general public about neurodiversity, so that might fit in with the proposed clientele or demographic of this space and organization. I'm a still emergent adult. I'm a late diagnosed autistic ADHDer, and I want to make the world a better place by healing my trauma, spreading love, and inspiring others to do the same, so we can improve this lovely ball of carbon long while it lasts. Our world today can be overwhelming, and when it is, I think of this quote from the Talmud that I love. It goes, "Do justly now, love mercy now, walk humbly now. You are not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. Another big part of my reason for existing on this earth is to break people's misconceptions of what autistic people can be like. There are so many myths to bust. If you've met one autistic person, you've met one autistic person. I'm working with a coach on how to combine neurodiversity education with trauma healing, nature, and possibly even food, my other huge passion in life. This is kind of an open platform for me, so I'm going to put some things out here in the space and see what sticks. Any Martha Beck fans out there? Or rather, fling myself out there and see where I stick. I'll have to find a sticky place. Or make myself sticky? Make sticky? Anyone seen You Don't Mess with the Zohan? Nah, I'm not going there. We're all adults, and that's an important subject, but that's not the point of this talk. If I could tell the world anything, it would be curious. Ooh, there's a bug across the floor. Bugs are nice. I like them. I'm gonna let it be there. I've read like 15 to 20 books on trauma healing and self-actualization combined, and I've learned at the ripe old age of 38, yes, I'm that old, I asked Nessa if I could join, and she said the age range of this organization was flexible rather than hard rule. I learned at the ripe old age of 38 that my insatiable curiosity is not a bad thing, and it is in fact a strength. Because it promotes first self-knowledge and then healing, and eventually even enlightenment, when we turn the beam of our curiosity towards ourselves with love and compassion, and as a result, it will change not only ourselves, but also how we view and interact with others. We don't realize growing up that we all have nervous system patterning, a sort of programming that happens because of our primary caregivers and contexts of origin. It keeps us in fixed ways of being and doing, and severely limits our capacities and potential until we realize, one, that it's there, and two, that we can change it if we try. Personally, as someone who has had very little sense of agency over my life or knew how to dream and reach towards those dreams, this was a big thing. I'm slowly regaining those capacities now. The world would be revolutionized if we all had curiosity and open honesty about ourselves and prioritized safety and healing. And this could be done at several levels, not just individual, but also systemic. The systemic issues are the worst. Systemic issues happen when policy and societal norms at whatever level either actively harm marginalized communities or prevent them from thriving. I'm very privileged, and I can't speak for being of a different skin color than white or a different religion other than Christian. And at the same time, due to the magic of intersectionality, my personal experience is being a neurodivergent woman who grew up undiagnosed and poor in a traumatized family and bullied at school. This impacted me by instilling a scarcity mindset, a fear of being seen in certain contexts, apparently not this one, a strong need to seek approval, an insecure attachment style, an aversion to conflict, and a fawn response in times of stress. Not to mention thinking I was broken until the age of 29 because of my undiagnosed ADHD. Since the last few years, I've been starting to say, fuck all that. I'm gonna grow and bloom. Read Late Bloomers by Rich Karlgaard. Did you know that the autistic population has higher rates of trauma and mental health issues? No, autism is not a mental health issue than the general population. Did you know that the rate of suicide in autistic women is 9 times higher than the general population? Well, if you didn't, now you do. And being undiagnosed or misdiagnosed plays a large part in that. But that's a whole other talk. So I want to share what little knowledge I have and let people know that my life continues to improve the more I put in the effort to learn about myself and heal, and that theirs can too. If I had any advice to give to people, it would be make self-knowledge and healing your goal, and find like-minded people. Finding other neurodivergent people has been a lifesaver for me, to no longer feel like an abnormal outcast. I'm not a broken neurotypical, I'm a perfectly good autistic ADHDer. and I want to show people like me that the same is possible for them, and people in general, the benefits of self-knowledge and healing. I agree with young Pueblo when he says in his book, Lighter, if there is one thing to focus on for improving your life, your healing should be it. If you want to build a better life, you have to concentrate on what impacts you the most. And without a doubt, that is the relationship between you and your mind. If you get deep into your healing, the effort that you then apply to achieving your aspirations and dreams will be much more efficient and produce results more quickly. A healed mind is incredibly powerful. And I would add, not only the relationship with our mind, but crucially important is the relationship with our nervous system and our body. We prioritize the mind in today's world because of the Cartesian split, but it's a false binary. The mind and body are one. We need to treat them as such to heal them. Together they are called the soma, and somatic forms of therapy are crucial. Read When the Body Says No and The Myth of Normal by Gabor Mate for more on that. I want to make more growth and healing-minded friends, build community, and share what little resources I have on these subjects I'm passionate about. I have so many food, neurodiversity, and trauma healing resources to share if you're interested. Please come and see me and give me your contact info, and I'll send them to you. This would be my greatest joy. You are all lovely, beautiful people. Do not mistake human habit for human nature. Human nature, the layer underneath human habit that we can excavate from under that crust if we try, is inherently loving, generous, and compassionate. We all have this golden nugget inside of us. The layers surrounding it may vary in thickness and density, but it's always there. Does anyone want to join me in digging for gold? You don't have to tell the whole room right now if you don't want to, just tell yourself. So now I have to show you the t-shirt I'm wearing. Hold on. The gold infinity symbol on my t-shirt is the symbol that the autistic population has chosen to represent ourselves. It stemmed from the fact that in the table of the elements, gold is represented by the letters AU and the idea of endless possibility and untapped potential in us. Please don't use the puzzle piece. We don't like it for reasons that I can send you links to read about. To wrap up, I'd like to announce that I'm giving a monthly 2-hour cooking class for autistic adults at Autism House Montreal. The next one is on November 8th. Contact them if you want to sign up. And I'd like to give a shout out to my inspiration, another autistic Sarah, who's in the UK. Her online name is Agony Autie. She's been teaching people about autism and trauma since long before me. She's an awesome woman, and I highly recommend you all go check her out. I'd also like to give a huge thank you so much to my amazing coach, Alana, who has gone above and beyond to support me in everything I do. Nothing about us without us. Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, land back, we can do crime, sex work is real work. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Does anybody have any comments or questions?